A few years ago, influencer brands were ruling the makeup industry. It seemed like every week some YouTuber was launching their own brand and going on to have a lot of success. Times have definitely changed, and a lot of these brands that once seemed untouchable are now facing huge challenges, and some are even shutting down for good. Today, we're going to be talking about a few influencer brands that only a few years ago were landing huge deals with retail stores like Sephora and Morphe, and now they're done. It's a mess, so let's get into it. With the recent announcement about Morphe filing for bankruptcy and shutting down all of their US stores, a lot of people have been anticipating other influencer brands to follow. Morphe was a company that heavily relied on influencers for their success, and it's no secret that the beauty world on YouTube has been struggling for a while now. When huge beauty brands like Morphe are struggling, it's only to be expected that smaller brands will also be facing similar challenges. Last week we learned that Jaclyn Cosmetics also filed for bankruptcy, and that left people wondering what the future holds for other brands either partnered with Morphe or signed to Forma. One brand that seems to be slowly fading away is Dragon Beauty by Nikita Dragun. Back in 2019, Nikita launched her long overdue brand with a set of complexion products like color correctors and a face palette.
Let's open up the fantasy, baby.
Oh, bitch. That's everything. Wow, that's so dope.
And
I need this 100%.
It literally does not move. It's so velvety.
Love that.
So we have a beautiful light pink and light yellow shade. And
right off the bat, Nikita faced a lot of criticism over her brand. People really felt like she missed her timing. Color correctors and face palettes were at their peak popularity back in like 2016, and the brand felt like something that should have been launched years ago, but kept getting pushed back. Nikita went on to explain that her products were specifically designed for trans people, where color correcting isn't just a trend. 17 magazine wrote, "So, why a skin corrector and a face palette?" Nikita says she wanted to create the transformative products that she felt trans people really need in their makeup bags. These products are specifically designed to fit the needs of transgender customers, or as Nikita says, "I basically made makeup for you to catfish everyone." Nikita eventually expanded her brand outside of complexion products and released eyeshadow palettes, liquid lipsticks, eyeliners, and pretty much everything any typical beauty brand would stock. Even though a lot of people might not be Nikita's biggest fan, she definitely has a dedicated fan base because a lot of her collection sold out, and she ended up landing a deal to sell her brand in Morphe stores and on Morphe's website. But it looks like Dragon Beauty might be in some trouble. It's only been 3 years since Nikita launched her brand, and right now, she's not selling anything. The Dragon Beauty website is completely dead. Every single product is listed as sold out, and there aren't any signs of a restock. The Morphe website also has a very limited stock, only listing some of her main bestsellers. The Dragon Beauty Instagram page hasn't been updated since November 1st, and the comments are off on the last post. The second to last post still has its comments on, and it's filled with people asking when a restock is happening and if Dragon Beauty is shutting down for good. Here's what people had to say. "Hi, when are the powders coming back? Almost out and I urgently need a replacement. Are we getting restocks? Please restock your lip liners." It's definitely strange that the brand just quietly disappeared with no real explanation. As I'm sure a lot of you guys know, Nikita has been having a really difficult time lately. She has been really open about her struggles with bipolar disorder, and she recently decided to take herself offline after being arrested in Miami. She took to Instagram to write, "I want to thank everyone for the outpouring of love and support recently. I've always been open with you guys about my journey, and there is an appropriate time for that. But oftentimes, the best way to heal and grow is to do so privately. So I will be off of social media for a while in order to take care of my mental health and overall well-being. I love you all and we'll see you soon." So it could be that Nikita is just stepping back completely from the internet, from her brand, everything. She did say that she was the sole investor in her brand, so maybe she doesn't have as big as a team as people thought. The other thing to consider is the fact that Dragon Beauty is partnered with Morphe, and maybe they're being affected by Morphe stores closing. Even though Nikita isn't owned by Forma, she is a partner with Morphe, and that could definitely be affecting her brand. Another brand that's facing a decline is Addison Rae's Item Beauty. Back in 2020, during the peak of the pandemic, Addison launched Item Beauty and promoted it as clean, simple makeup. During this time, Addison was truly at the peak of her career. She went from blowing up on TikTok to starring in Netflix's He's All That. Addison had the fan base to really promote and push her line, and she even got the attention of Sephora. Back in 2021, Sephora picked up Item Beauty to be exclusively sold in their stores. Item Beauty did manage to survive the pandemic, but it doesn't look like they're surviving the decline of cosmetic sales because Sephora officially dropped them. A lot of people started to have suspicions that something was up with the brand when things started to go on sale and then not be restocked.
Besties, Item Beauty is currently on sale at Sephora. This mascara was only $12. Her eyebrow pencil is on sale for only $9. Love her lip quip, it smells amazing and the formula is chef's kiss. And look at all these blushes for only $10 and the shades are just absolutely gorgeous. Besties, run, don't walk. These products are such a steal.
And those suspicions ended up being very true. Insider confirmed that Sephora will no longer be stocking the brand on their shelves. So far, no statement has been given, with Insider writing, "Representatives for Ray did not respond to a request for comment from Insider prior to publication. Sephora also did not respond to Insider's request for comment." Right now on Sephora's website, all of Item Beauty's leftover stock are more than half off, so they're clearly trying to get rid of it and fast. As for the actual Item Beauty website, it looks like everything is still full price and fully stocked. So maybe their plan going forward is to focus more on online sales, just like Morphe is doing. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I never really expected Addison's brand to be like a staple of Sephora for long term. Nothing has ever really stuck out to me from her line, and a lot of it felt like drugstore makeup with high-end prices. The reviews on Sephora's website aren't the best either, so I don't think it'll be missed. It turns out, Addison isn't the only influencer that Sephora is dumping. It was also announced that they would be cutting ties with skincare influencer Hyram. During the pandemic, Hyram was one of the few influencers who actually benefited from the fall of makeup. A lot of people started to lose interest in makeup since we weren't really going anywhere, we were stuck at home, and we wanted to learn how to take better care of our skin. Hyram's skincare videos started to go viral, and he's been a lot of people's go-to trusted source for skincare advice. Back in 2021, he launched his very own skincare brand called Selfless by Hyram in collaboration with the Inky List.
I'm launching my own skincare brand, Selfless by Hyram, powered by the Inky List. You guys, it's here. I finally have my own skincare brand. So many of you guys have asked for a skincare brand, and it's finally here. I can't believe this day has come. I've been working closely with the Inky List to develop custom formulas that are based off of what you guys want out of a skincare product. And I am so excited for you guys to get these products in your hands.
Now, this brand wasn't launched without some controversy. A lot of people didn't like the fact that he partnered with the Inky List. I've seen a lot of people say that they're kind of like the fast fashion brand of the skincare world, and that alone made them not want to support his brand. Despite some backlash, a lot of his products do seem to have okay reviews, and he even went on to do a collab with Hailey Bieber and landed a deal with Sephora. Only a year later, people started to notice that Sephora was putting his brand on sale, and shelves were getting emptier and emptier. At first, people just assumed that he was probably doing a rebrand, but then it became clear that he might be getting dropped, and unfortunately for Hyram, that's what ended up happening. He confirmed the news to Insider and said, "Due to changes in direction and retail adjustments, Selfless by Hyram products have been winding down at Sephora."
So you might have heard the news, Selfless by Hyram is leaving Sephora. There's been a lot of buzz about it, and for any of you who love Selfless products, not to worry, we are coming to a new accessible retailer very soon, and I'm so excited to tell you guys where. We are so grateful for our time at Sephora. I mean, we owe the success of our launch to them. There's been changes in direction and retail adjustments, but Selfless is continuing to evolve, so stay tuned, y'all. Exciting news is coming. For any of you who are concerned, not to worry, all the products are still available at selflessbyhyram.com. But even with the change, I just want to say thank you so much to all who continue to support the mission of the brand. The goal has always been to empower you guys with better skin and make the world a better place through our partnerships with nonprofits. And we are so excited to continue that this year. So yeah, love you all and stay tuned for some exciting news. I can't wait.
So yeah, it looks like a lot of influencer brands are starting to really struggle, and it has me wondering why. Is it the pandemic and people losing interest? Is it people being burnt out with influencer culture and the constant need to buy everything? Or does it have more to do with inflation and just how expensive it is to live now? The risky thing with these influencer brands is their success heavily depends on what they do with their social media. Are they promoting it enough? Are they promoting their brand in the right way? Are they still as big as they once were when they started the brand? So many factors depend on them as a person and how popular they are at the moment, and that can be really risky. When you're the face of the brand and your name is the brand, how people perceive you can really make or break it, and I think that's why Morphe saw such a fast downfall. Influencers made them, but once they started to get into some serious drama and Morphe started to cut ties, they really had nothing to fall back on. People are really careful and put a lot of thought into where they're spending their money now, and a lot of these influencer brands clearly aren't making the cut. It has me wondering what the future looks like for James Charles' makeup line. It's been delayed for years now, and he even delayed it again. Last year he said it would launch in January, but now he's saying a few more months. It just feels like he missed the timing with it. His views are down, his content isn't as heavily focused on makeup anymore. I'm sure he does have a dedicated group of fans who will support him no matter what, but with everything going on with Morphe and all the other influencers, I'd be a little bit nervous if I were him. Anyways guys, let me know what you think about everything down below. Are you surprised by the downfall of influencer brands, or did you see something like this coming for a while now? Let me know, and I'll see you next time.